and one's got this brand, PepsiCo brand, one's got Coca-Cola brand. And the Republicans are Coca-Cola and the Democrats are Pepsi. And they all try to give you a different pitch and a different marketing plan, but they're owned by the same people. The same vendor put them in. And you go, and the lobbyists go. They go and they put their money in the slot and they pull the thing for what they want. And so that's basically, you know, they punch the button and what they ask for drops out of the slot. And that's the problem with this country today, and we just have to get honest about that and realize that the liberals think, oh, big government will save us from the evil Republicans who don't want big government. No, actually, Republicans like bigger government than Democrats. It's corporate welfare, and they're creating a big state to take your wealth and give it to themselves to then enslave you. And then Republicans think all corporations are pure as a driven snow and everything they're doing is fine, and my God, we deserve to pay $3.50 a gallon for gas. And then you go read the oil refineries' own documents, the oil companies, and it says they've shut down the refineries on purpose to artificially depress it. There's the fact right there, their own documents, but the news will never cover it. And when you get right down to it, it's going to take courage. And I wanted to speak a few minutes as we close here on Charlie Sheen. I know a lot of Hollywood people, they're afraid to go public. I don't know why I know all these people. A lot of them have second homes in Austin. And over the years, I've gotten to know him. And Charlie's the only person who had the will and had the nerve, when I visited with him in private at his home, to go public. I didn't ask him to go public. But he did go public, and he knew exactly what would happen. And he's asked me not to tell you about it. A little bit of it's come out in some of the news, so I can tell you a little bit. But imagine getting actual phone calls. Listen up. Shut your mouth or bad stuff's going to come out in the press. I mean, this is the real deal. And the allegations are completely false. All of it's a lie. I mean, crazy stuff like, did Charlie Sheen murder a porn star? And actual news calls up Houston and they go, no. And her friends say, Charlie hasn't gone out with this girl in 10 years and she died of leukemia. Doesn't matter. National news, the murderer. Murdering. I mean, it's just unbelievable, the things that have been done and the things that have happened. So we need to stand up for people that have courage. A man who's been doing it for decades, like Webster Tarpley back there, or the other great speakers that are going to be here in the next 2 days. We need to stand up for great MI5 agents like David Shaler and Andy Michon. We need to defend these people and cherish them and thank them for not just talking, putting it all on the line, and in some cases going to prison for the truth. Because again, everything we are, our existence is owed, our freedom is owed to people that have sacrificed before us. And so it's to these individuals who've been on the front lines, who've been fighting the hardest, that I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I want to say I commend you for what you've done. God bless you. What are the stakes? What are the stakes that we face? You've researched 9/11. I now challenge you to research something that's even bigger, and that 9/11 is only a tiny part of. And that is the human population control and extermination agenda. Remember a few months ago, Dr. Pianka, UT, says we need to kill 90% of people. Oh, it'd be great if Ebola was released. We have the minutes of his speech. Then they try to spin it. It's not just him. It's so many others. This is the agenda. The elite says we can kill 3,000 of these people. You know, this is our plan to save the earth. And they've hijacked environmentalism. They fund a lot of the phony environmental groups. We have real environmental crises, the DU, the genetic engineering. That's all real. But all the big environmental groups are busy stealing farms and ranches. They're not out there dealing with the real crisis. Diabetes has gone from 1 in 45 50 years ago to 1 in 3 now. And I've interviewed Nobel Prize winners, genetic experts. They say it's not the corn syrup. That's part of it. It's the genetic engineered foods. They cause the body to go haywire. Rats die of diabetes every time you feed them this stuff. And most of us are eating it. It's already in most products. These are the type of issues. Why would they use the equivalent of 44,000 A-bombs in Iraq in the last 2 wars? That's the equivalent Hiroshima-style bombs that's blowing around our atmosphere, nuclear detectors, radiation detectors, picking them up in the U.S. and England. This is happening. This is going on. This is the reality. These people are crazy. They love death. If we tell the people the truth, if we get out there, if we expose this, if we resist this tyranny, we shall prevail. And we don't have a choice, so we might as well live on our feet and fight on our feet than to get on our knees and die as slaves. We ought to go out swinging all the way. And in my final close, before Professor Dr. Stephen Jones gets up here and gets into controlled demolition with an amazing presentation, I've seen it on videotape. I can't wait to scurry out there and do interviews and scurry back in to see it live. I've got my own huge 9/11 symposium coming up in Los Angeles, June 24th and 25th. You're all invited. I hope you'll come. Ray McGovern's going to be there, the CIA analyst. We're going to have Professor Stephen Jones there. We're going to have Webster Tarpley. We're going to have Professor Jim Fetzer. We're going to have surprise guests. You can probably imagine who the people who have courage are. They're going to be there. And so many others that William Rodriguez, one of the 9/11 survivors, one of the heroes. It's going to be amazing. Again, it's great being here with you. God bless you all. We shall prevail. The human spirit shall defeat the New World Order. Thank you.